Hello everyone. So in this video we will see GraphQL, and in fact we will learn what is the benefit of GraphQL versus REST API. So let's say I have a for the sake of example, I took this website Rick and Morty API.com, where we can have a ability, we can pass the REST API as well as we can convert the result into a Graph API. So the backend is provided in both facility, REST versus Graph. So let me copy this example, and I want to paste in a simple postman, and let's find out the result. So API parameter is Ricky Morty API.com API and character. So character is the endpoint, right? So in this case we will return a26 count, and in our results we have a array, then we have a name and status. So we found lot of data. Here the advantage come in GraphQL. In GraphQL we can limit our query columns. For example, I want only name column in this character set, so I can extract only this. But in REST API we can't. We will fetch all the data either we were required or not, unless and until we provide some filters here. So the filter, but it doesn't mean that we can filter the data, but we cannot limit the column like as we do in SQL, like in select star. So it's like a select star in API, but if we want a specific column, then we need to use GraphQL. So let me get back into our editor. Actually Ricky and Morty API.com also provide a GraphQL facility. So let's write some query for you, then I will explain. So quickly I write a query. Character is a endpoint, like we have a character endpoint in a API as well. Then we have a result is our array, where we need a name, and we just for the sake of example we are focusing on name, right? So result is our array where we need a name. So let's run this example. So we found all the records under the by this query, but it's limited to the name column. If I want to add status column, like status, so let's run. So in this case I also get a status. Maybe I need ID. If ID is available in the dataset, yes, ID is available. So let me go and print ID as well. So let's run. So we need ID. So we have ID 1 with name is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to we have all the records, but limited to the specific column. Like as I said that select, it's not a select star, it's select result and ID, name and status. So let me get back, let me show another example to you how we can filter the data. So we need to actually passing parameter, we need to pass, open a bracket, then filter is a keyword, and let's say name Rick is our filter of the data. So let's run. So in this case where we have a filter Rick, we have a data. So Morty, let's say I type Morty. So yeah, so Morty, it's the filter is not case sensitive. Even you can write Morty Smith, so it will also filter few records. So yeah, you can see. So here this is the way we can actually use our GraphQL. So next I am going to show how we can extract this data in Python, what we need to do. So in Python I am quickly going with you a walkthrough of the code, because I am not going write whole code, but it's a pretty simple way. As we, if you understand GraphQL, then we need to import request libraries, and after importing our libraries we are defining our URL. Like I say that we have a rickymortin.com GraphQL, like, and then we need to pass our query, and then query is same as we pass in our this in query set. So it's a same functionality, although in this query set I also pass some location ID and opposite ID, few more columns I take in the example. Even I filter only page 2 data. So and then we call our function make graph request, which is our with URL and query, and here we pass a content type application as we do in our REST API. Then we have data, and at the end we are going to print our result set. So let's run this example, and for this I'm going to use Python and my program name is GraphQL, and then run this. Okay, so you see that we have our characters, and based on our data set we have 107 counts, and under the results we have an array. Then we have a name Rick, because we filter the Rick, and then name Rick, and at the end of we have a location ID and one more thing, which is opposite ID. So I hope opposite by ID. So I hope you understand this concept. This is a pretty simple way. Another thing I would like to take benefit of this video, I would like, let's say this is my query. We can actually, what is curl actually? Curl is a technique where we can pass the command line. Actually command line, on a command prompt we can pass the API call. Okay, we can use get, by default it's get, but we can post, like if we write -x post we can do. So we have different method, post, get, delete, like this. For let's say first run this. For that curl, you need to install the curl in your obviously Windows or Mac, whatever the system you have, and then you will able to run this result set. Even you can download this result set into same in a file. So if you don't have a Postman, so you can use this alternate Postman or any other API tool. You can use curl in your command prompt where you can access the HTTP request. So I hope, thank you very much. You will just comment out if you need further question, queries, and we will talk soon on next topic. Bye.